Yo, oh my God. Dude, I'm so freaked out right now. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I'm trying to find a new place to move around in the house. I'm trying to go to sleep. Okay. I have noticed there's a lot of commotion going on outside. It started raining a little bit, but I hear noise, so I looked outside the window. The neighbors, those neighbors I'm talking about that are across the street from me, okay, they got a new van there. There's a white van who's been there in the beginning before the new people moved in. And the white van, when the new people moved in, that same white van was still the vehicle that the people were using. And also this black truck. And now they also have today, they just brought out this new van that they're in. But the main thing is, the dude that came out the truck with the same truck that's always been there, that truck hasn't been around lately, but they came around tonight. So that's three vehicles, okay? Dude, I know what the dude looks like that's in that truck. He looks like a black African Hispanic, like a black man that's Hispanic, because I've heard him talk before. And he looked like a black man, but when he talked, he was like Hispanic. His child looks black, but the girl who lives there with him looks like biracial, like Hispanic and black, like light skinned Hispanic black girl. Okay, the person who came out the truck tonight, tell me why he looked just like my used to be boss, which is like freaking me out because there's so much crap revolved around that situation with him and how I left that job. Now I'm creeped out, dude. I think that boss dude is fucking stalking me and following me, which is crazy because now that person has all my information, most of my information, like where I stay, if I stay where I said I was on the application, all my personal information. And this dude is younger than me. You know what I'm saying? He's like 25, supposedly. He looks older than 25, but he said that he's 25. And there was like a lot of crap. I tried not to talk about my work because I wanted to maybe still work for that company one day, but now I'm just like, nah, man, I don't even know because, dude, I know people's bodies pretty well. Like you can walk backwards, and I know your legs. I know your dude. This dude looked just like my last boss. And the funny part about it is, I talked to other people that work there, and I've been up there since he left, and they told me, oh, he left right after you left. Something bad happened to my best friend. I was asking him, can I get time off? I was explaining it, and he was telling me, no, you can't take any time off. He barely would even let me show up to my best friend's funeral. Like, I'm literally crying. I told him I'm going through a lot. I'm depressed because of what happened. I'm just a normal person going through something. The man would not let me have a day off, a week off, anything. And then he told me I should be lucky that he let me go to my friend's funeral. He said I should be lucky. Man, fuck you, bitch. That's how I feel. Excuse me for being rude and talking like that, but look, you might never had a best friend in your life. It's a sensitive subject. The only reason why I'm having strength to even talk about it right now is because that man, I'm so mad about him being in my life and that he was in my life as a boss. He treated me horrible. I told him when people was treating me funny, some of the younger ones at work, I told him, he's acting weird, this dude well, if they're treating you like that, then why don't you just leave? Not, oh, I'll talk to that person, I'll see how they respond, we'll work this out. He said, why don't you leave? Which was the best advice that I could have taken. I should have left. And I should have worked for my friend, because I could have worked for my friend, because he was a strong person, so I thought everything would be all right. But I feel like somebody set him up. And this boss said that he was from the same area as my best friend, but I've never seen him before in the neighborhood. And I lived with my best friend for 2 years, hung around him for 10, 15 years. I have never seen this dude, but he was like, yeah, I'm from over there. I'm from over there, which is weird that he was like trying to associate with that. Then at work, I would come into work and people would be like, it felt like people was giving me hints about bad stuff that was going to happen. But I tried to fucking ignore that shit. This boss even gave a story about, oh yeah, there was this girl, she used to like me, and but she lost one of her best friends, and then she would get drunk and then call me at night bawling. She really got on my nerves. And I felt bad because at the time my friend was kind of sick, but I thought he was gonna like be okay. And I just feel like listening to those stories and hearing those stories, like he was setting something up and warning me. That's just my opinion. I don't know that for a fact, but I feel this great like feeling in my heart and soul that so many people had something to do with what happened to my best friend. Like, I don't know why I had this feeling, but I feel like they was listening into our conversations. They was doing a whole lot of stuff. Like, I didn't even want to talk about this right now, but this is just what came straight from my head. So, you know, I don't know. The dude looked just like my ex boss. I don't want to say ex because that sounds like he looks just like my used to be boss dude. It is so creepy. And when he fired me, I said, because I was asking somebody about an order, because they kept getting, where I was supposed to go wrong. So I'm like, which you could probably figure out where I work by just some of that information. And he was like, so I questioned that person like you're supposed to do. What's going on? What's going on with your communication with the people? And he was just like kind of smiling. And I'm like, why? It's not funny. What are you up to? But I'm a really like lenient person, but serious at the same time. So I was like, I see you smiling, so something's going on. Are you like what's going on? And so the boss told me, oh, you just let it ride. I said, I'm not gonna let it ride because it has to do with my safety, and this is protocol. This is what I'm supposed to do. And he said, you know what, you can just leave for the day. I said, okay, I'll leave for the day. And he said, and don't worry about coming back next week. I said, why? And then he said, because nothing I do is ever right. You don't like anything that I do. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, no, I've asked for certain things because I'm a hard worker. I'm closing late at night, and I've seen you give those things to everybody else that walks in. And my friend is going through something, and I want to be there for my friend. He had no mercy for me, did not care. And then after all that shit, I find out that after I left, he quit too. Well, a lot of people quit, but he quit. I heard right after I left. If I was such the problem, why aren't you still there? Why would you leave? You know what I'm saying? That was the closest person to me. And it was just like, I don't know. I felt like they was like, it felt like some stuff at work. I don't want to really get into it, but I wanted to come on here, and I had like a little bit of video footage But I'm gonna put that on a video that I can actually upload. I don't even think you can like see, but like, yeah. So I saw the person walking, and I want to put it on a video that I can upload so that people can see what I'm actually talking about. And I'm like, yeah. So everybody knows what type of phone I have. It doesn't matter because people are stalking me on my phone anyway. I can throw that shit in the fucking trash can. They'll ruin my life one way or another. So if you think that, oh, all of a sudden, oh, I know what phone she's using, that could be somebody else's phone that I'm using, my friends, whatever. But what I'm saying is, this person looks exactly like my used to be boss. And there's so many people in and out at that house. Why the fuck am I being stalked by all these people? Why is this person following me? They're using the same truck. They're using the same cars. I'm freaking sick of it. The police officers were just like the neighborhood security was driving around. And you know what? They did that at work too. Every time he was at work, it was like they were driving around in their cars next to him. It was like they had him and them had some type of connection going on. Because one day he was like, "Yeah, we gave these things out to the police officers." I'm like, "Oh, that's weird. We've never done that before." And I know he has a gun. I don't think he's gonna use it on me, but I know he has a gun. So he probably walking around here feeling real safe. Like I said, I don't think he's gonna use it on me, but I just think that, it's weird. I'm really concerned right now because this person has my personal information. And if this person has my personal information and they're following me and they're part of this gang stalking against me, I don't know. He went there, I saw him go inside, and like I was hiding behind the blind, so I don't think he could see me, but I could see him. Then I actually went outside and looked at him to try to verify that that was him. And I can't tell you 100% that it was him, but I can tell you I've seen this man. Look, somebody's calling me now. All of a sudden, late at night, somebody from that same area. Hello? I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. Yeah, what's going on? Okay, can you call me back in like 5 minutes? Why can't you call me? Why do I have to call you back? All right. Somebody, no, you call me back in 5 minutes. Why do I have to call you back in 5 minutes? You call me back in 5 minutes. So somebody from that area just dun, 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 called me. Oh, I guess they gave you an alert. Distract her. Call her. Deter her from whatever she's talking about because she might pour out everything that's actually going on in her life. And we can't have that happen. Dude, this dude is following me, and he probably had something to do with a whole bunch of stuff. Like I don't like a bunch of dudes. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I be feeling like dudes are like, getting in their feelings and stuff. It's like I feel like I can't even be a safe female anywhere. I can't go to work because I might, I might like have this horrible interaction with one of the males there, just like saying hi, hello, and all of a sudden I'm a target. Just being there. Like this is me being in an effed up environment. This is not normal. Dude, man, that dude look just like my used to be boss, dude. Cause he looks like, you know what I'm saying? He's not like the average looking person. He was the exact same height, the exact same color, had the exact same style of how he wears, the exact same pretty much hair, but he had on a hat, but I could tell underneath it was dark outside. And when I was recording, they turned the light off and then turned it back on. Like they were thinking inside, like, oh, well, how am I gonna get out of here without her seeing me that it's me? Dude, I'm screwed. I was thinking that that's what they were thinking in there. And so they were thinking like, oh, well, I'm gonna turn the light off, and then maybe I'll go, yeah, that's pretty obvious. Let me catch that on camera. So I don't know. I'm kind of like creeped out right now. I really want to say I'm scared, but I don't want to say I'm scared on every video because then I'm gonna look like a little you know what, and then they try to come after people who look like a little you know what even more, and then I'm gonna have to fight even more. It's like I want to cry. I want to cry like really bad. Like I'm not getting any peace, dude. Peace isn't what you think it is. I can't believe this. I usually don't make videos late at night, but like when I saw that, I was like, see, they thought I was going to sleep, and they haven't been there in the day. Now they switched it up to like where they're not there in the day. Like I'm making videos, they're not there during the day, but now I'm going to sleep and then they're showing up like while I'm just like acting like I'm asleep a little bit, but scoping stuff out in my mind and wondering what they're doing and everybody else around me. And they thought I was probably asleep and he's on his way and whatever. So they thought it was safe. But as soon as I heard noise, I popped up and went outside. A lot of times I'm so tired I don't even care. But something just told me, no, get up and look, see what's going on. And that man looked just like my used to be boss, the last boss that I had. I'm not gonna say where I worked, but if my life becomes in that much jeopardy, I will say where I work. I know people know where I work, a lot of people, but a lot of people don't. The person who just called me, they know where. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Like I'm scared. And at these jobs that I've been working at, I feel like they've been like trying to do stuff to me. Like they know who I am when I walk in. I'm not, who am I? Like, but they've been doing little things that, is really singling me out as a person. It's just it's crazy. It's like I'm scared to work for anybody anymore. Unless I find like a team that I feel like is really good and really professional, I don't feel like it's worth it. I don't feel like it's worth it. I just don't. And I work around people like my color and my what I'm saying, who I am, my ethnicity, and I feel like I get treated the worst by them. And it just doesn't make sense. I mean, they're not the only ones, but like you would think, no. And then you think because they're dudes or they're men that it would be better. No. And most of these dudes that I've been working for lately that have been my color that treated me badly were younger. They were younger dudes. Like I'm not 25, but I'm not gonna tell you how old I am. I could be 24. I could be 30. I could be higher, whatever. It's nobody's business because the more information people know, the more they think that they know me and can do something to me. That's how I feel. But anyway, this is, I don't mean to go on and on, but I just thought I wanted to document this around the same time that it happened because it's so strange. I don't know what he was doing. He went inside that house. I've never seen anybody that looked like that go into that house before. He went into that house, stayed in for a little while. They cut the light off a little bit because I guess they knew that I was looking at him. He when he came back outside, I went outside and I looked at him because I'm like I almost wanted to say his name to see if he would turn and look at me and say something. Like, oh yeah, all of a sudden, oh I didn't know you lived there. Oh hey. I bet it would have been like it was nothing. Or they would have said nothing at all because they didn't want me to hear their voice because that's definitely gonna give it away. But that's not that dude's truck. They're sharing a truck or something. There was another dude that was in that truck. So he got some bags or something that looked like groceries. I don't know. I don't know what it was. He had a couple of white bags, looked like plastic bags, and he was putting it in the back of in the truck. And then he got back in the car and he left. But it looked like he was trying to deter away from me and he didn't want me to see him too much. So he was like gonna act like he was going back in the house. But then when he saw that I closed the door, he went ahead and went in the truck. So real creepy. Real creepy. God help me, please. So anyway, I'm done talking about this. I'm upset. I didn't expect to talk about everything that I just talked about because I wasn't really ready to, but I feel like it plays an important part on why I even care in the first place. Okay, well, see you guys later.